So, I mean, that's the question. If you work for a company that's unionized and you don't agree with their politics or you don't agree with the way they do things, why should you automatically get that money taken out of your paycheck, whether you like it or not?
Yeah, Governor Snyder sounds like George Orwell in this case. What's really happening is that people choose every day to be in a union. They choose to come together with their coworkers, talk with their bosses about pay equity, working conditions, things that matter to individual employees.
Yeah, but Allison, no, I mean, we know that's true for many people. It's a shrinking number of people. But the question is not that. The question is, what if I want to work for a company, but I don't want to be in the union? Why should I have to pay union dues? Why?
Unions are a key vehicle for people to come together and have a voice on the job. And what happens when we can do that is we're more powerful to advocate for safe working conditions, fair wages, health care, all of the things that are important to working families. And that's what the labor movement's about, and that's what Governor Snyder and the Republicans in the state legislature took a whack at yesterday.
Yeah, but we're talking about freedom, freedom to choose, freedom to not have money taken out of your paycheck if you don't think that the union is providing that for you. That's what I think he's getting at. He's saying, the unions, in his opinion, and apparently in other folks too, some other folks, because we've seen now 24 states go this way, feel like the union maybe used to do a lot for them, but that they're not providing the value that they have to pay out of their paycheck for. And they say, you know what, I don't really want to pay it then.
Yeah. What's really important here is that working people come together to have a voice on the job, to advocate for safe working conditions, fair pay.
Allison, forgive me, but you're giving me the same answer every time. And the truth is that what I'm asking you is, why is it that an individual can't opt out? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that is that, first of all, it's not, you can always, you don't have to be a union member, but what's really important here.
No, but you still have to pay the dues if you don't work in a right-to-work state. So what's wrong with opting out of paying dues is my question specifically.
Teachers, nurses, firefighters, all of the people who are union members recognize that a union is the way, and when everyone invests in that union, we can be more powerful.
Let me try to get at this another way. You've got Indiana, your neighbor, who became a right-to-work state. They had a pickup, an addition of 13.9 thousand manufacturing jobs that they added when they became a right-to-work state under Governor Daniels. During that same period of time, Michigan lost 7,000 jobs. We also have full screens that we can put up on the screen that show that people who work in right-to-work states actually make more money, and there's a higher employment rate, lower unemployment rate in the right-to-work states. So make your argument based on those actual facts and specific numbers that show that it's working well for people in those states.
Sure. Well, I'll match your numbers for mine. Working people in a right-to-work state earn $1,500 when all of the other factors are adjusted than people who are not in a right-to-work state. According to a study released yesterday by the Economic Policy Institute, the reason that the right-to-work status of Indiana is not why those jobs came to Indiana. And just ask the auto workers who worked very closely with the Big Three over the last several years to save the American auto industry. Together, working people through their unions and their employers can advocate for good jobs and a good economy for everyone.
I mean, the numbers are what they are. We know that employment is higher in right-to-work states. Wages are higher in right-to-work states, which we just showed. And we still haven't answered the very basic question, which is, it's all fine. This is non-right-to-work. It shows that $49,495 versus right-to-work states, which is $42,465. So that's the annual average. So that number is higher, but the other number, the employment number, is better in the right-to-work states. But let me just ask you one more time: if you want to, what is wrong with somebody opting out? If people enjoy all the benefits that you talk about, then they should absolutely pay their union dues. But what if they don't want to?
And people can, but what's important here is that the important thing is that union members, individual union members, pay so that people can, through the union, can advocate on their behalf. And that's what's really important here, and that's why employers and Republican legislators and the Koch brothers want to weaken that, because people need a voice on the job, and that's what we're advocating for.
And if they want it, they are certainly absolutely free to have that voice. Allison, thank you. Really hot topic, and we appreciate you coming in today. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.